Hiya, how you doing? Yes, I'm trying something new today. I've got some no copyright music in the background. Just experimenting. Let us know what you think. I do have a bit of bed hair today on this hump day as well, but whatever, here I am. Happy hump day, happy moon in Aries day. Hope you are keeping safe. Welcome back to my channel, to the Hinstas. If you're new, welcome too. So this is going to be the full moon in Cancer. This is part of my moon watch. If you've been with us for a while, I'm doing this moon watch sort of series where I usually track the new moons and the full moons. This full moon, which is going to be in the sign of Cancer, the cardinal water sign Cancer, the 69 sign, is going to be at around 6 a.m. UK time, December 30th, 2020. First of all, please like this video if you like what I do, and if you haven't already, do subscribe. And I'm going to shout out again, as I have been recently in my videos, my collaboration with Alvia, who has his own channel actually, Inspiring Alien Creations, but we made together a brand new channel called Mercurial Mystics. So do go on and subscribe to us if you like what we're doing. We are talking about all kinds of topics, tarot, astrology, and most recently, aliens. And finally, final little housekeeping thing is that if you're a Capricorn Sun, yes, I do offer you a discount all Capricorn season for any of my services. Just look below in the description. You get 20% off all of my services if you are a Capricorn Sun, or if you want to book a reading for a Capricorn Sun loved one. You just have to book anytime during Capricorn season, and the offer ends January 20th, 2021. And just a little disclaimer before I get into this specific moon watch video: always check your own birth chart before you listen to me or any other astrologer. I'm only giving you the overarching general energies. Check out my last video on wishing upon versus working with the stars. But also, if you'd like a reading with me, maybe in specific relation to this full moon, then check out the details below. So this full moon in Cancer, this is gonna be like teachers or teaching moments, or older people or older family, however family is construed for you, helping you with some realization, because full moons are moments of realization. For others, there might be deep emotional moments of philosophical reflection. And this full moon is occurring on a hump day in the UK, I believe, or a Wednesday. And so this could be reactions within relationships. But yeah, those of us in relationships or family, I think those of us who are making it work and continuing to work hard will likely experience this sort of full moon as a comforting, assuring full moon. It's definitely not, by the way, an end of the day full moon. I think this is, well, I know this is because a lot of astrologers, they kind of go by the solar calendar in their content. I believe you shouldn't do that. You should like go until the end of the astral year. But this is typical Capricorn season energy, which I'm going to get into later in this video and in other videos. Anyway, yes, I think some of us will anyway experience a comforting, assuring sort of full moon if we've been making it work and continuing to work hard on these relationship, family, home type of things. Just a sec. During this full moon, the moon itself is going to be sextiling Uranus. And this just means to me that there's going to be like sweet rebellion, and there's going to be emotional overflow caused by the excitement of some coming great escape. Others may choose this actual time to run away or to escape somehow. That can be like really literally physically running away, or it could be in some other sense that you run away or escape. This is because I think a lot of us are going to be running on a mad genius sort of energy, or everything is set, everything is there for us to do so, because this is the moon sextile Uranus. Some people might go crazy, as is typical on full moons, go crazy. That's definitely a possibility here. It could also, for some, spark a new years-long cycle of no longer forcing yourself to be with biofamily or participate in relationships, events around this time of year that don't truly make you feel comfortable or loved or understood. You know what I'm talking about, those things you force yourself to do. The first major moon cycle after the two eclipses we just had, we had the full moon in Gemini, lunar eclipse, and then we had the new moon in Sagittarius, solar eclipse. They both have this sort of 6 month long aftermath. This really is the first major moon episode after those eclipses, but within that 6-month aftermath window. Also, this full moon is about, I feel, being comfortable with letting go in order for something much bigger and more secure to come in. So there could be lots of reflection on letting go of something to do with, again, family or home, because you're closing out a cycle that may have even started around 2010. Wait, this music's getting a bit crazy. It's like classical alien music, but like something to do with family or home, closing out a cycle that may have actually started around 2010, 2011, and the Jupiter-Saturn conjunction in Aquarius may well have a big part to play in the new cycle that you might start. Cancer energy, then, I feel, has this very interesting way in which it cuts out. It's like cutting down a tree. There's pain or memories lost, but there's also some necessity, some passage of an old time, and some need to move on. If we are more forward than backward thinking, I think this full moon won't be sad and will be more assuredly exciting. Again, this word assurance. We're having this Cancer full moon in what is also the latter part of the metal rat year. So I talk a lot on my channel about these overarching energies as well in the Zhongguo astrology. And so yeah, full moon in Cancer in the latter part of the metal rat year, and it's in Capricorn season. So this to me is like getting the home together, wrapping things up, not gifts, but as in tying up loose ends. And also in this rat year, cleverly pushing your reputation to the best of its limits or to the furthest of its, potential reaches. And also knowing the wisdom of staying indoors more, especially with this pandemic, or the wisdom in meditation, because Capricorn is this very inward part of the year. It's a very inward sign. So knowing the importance actually of being more isolated, more meditative, and quiet instinct as well. Capricorn obviously is an incredibly instinctive energy. It's on the Capricorn Cancer, let me turn this down a touch. It's on the Capricorn Cancer axis, two sides of the same coin. They're not wildly separate and different as we might think. So it is, quiet instinct this season, and the rat loves instinct as well. Rats are huge on survival and very thrifty and cunning. So quiet instinct, which I think is going to really gel well with the overarching overarching energy of this 2020-2021 year, which is going to last officially up until February 2021. But also there's going to be like a declining and a sort of rethinking some things for what I'm calling the sanctity of your comfort, of your home, of your comfort zone. And I'm going to talk more about this sanctity and sanctification as we move forward through Capricorn season into January astrology. Check out, by the way, my January 2021 astrology video when it does come out, because that's when I'm going to talk more about the rat and this climb. I mentioned it's the latter part of the rat years. This is the last sort of 3 months, roughly. Definitely of the solar the astrological year, but also it's getting towards the end of the Zhongguo astrological year as well. So the rat is climbing up the Capricorn mountain right now and into the beginning of the end of the astro year. So do check out my January 2021 astrology video when it comes out. In this 6-month eclipse fallout energy then, what are you willing to let go of? To continue letting go of? And it might relate to your family, to your roots, to your comfort zones. And for some of us, there may be a conflict between needing to get a grip or take control of some pattern or habit. So getting a grip, taking control is the Capricorn, and then the patterns and the habits is the Cancer coming through. While on the other hand, ending up, for some of us, like emotionally overeating, because full moons always bring overeating, indulgence in those senses, in my experience. So because this is not actually the season of indulgence. It's a season to take your steps more seriously and to start recognizing the growth you've achieved thus far and not to squander it. Squander is a word I'm finding that I'm using more recently right now, more frequently recently. Squander. There's a lot of potential to squander things right now. But anywho, there is a quintile as well that the moon makes to Mars in Aries during this full moon in Cancer, which I think could be quite interesting for some of us who use this cardinal quintile aspect to intuit their next steps up this mountain with perhaps some renewed or renewing inspiration. Again, this is probably more in the realms of realizing that work on self needs to be done or needs to keep on being done, and or that unhelpful things need to be dropped rather than taken on and added to the load. Imagine you're a goat going up the mountain, or a donkey or something like that, and you people or things, situations want to keep putting on more baggage on your back, but you're trying to also climb up this mountain, which is really, really steep. It's not a nice gradual hill, baby. It's a mountain that's very steep and sharp and edgy and high. So you could die, spiritually speaking. So you want to make sure that whatever you still have on your back, or whatever you're letting people, situations, things put on your back, is actually what you could need. Is it spiritual water? Is it spiritual food or other sustenance? Is it a spiritual map or like flares? What is it like that's being put on your back? If it's just like OK Magazine, you might not need it, you know? You might just want to throw it off the edge of the mountain, and it's okay to do that. And you certainly don't need to wrap yourself in tinsel at this time of year, because that might also contribute to your toppling down the mountain. So yeah, things that need to be done, and sort of dropping those unhelpful things, or continuing to drop the unhelpful things, rather than just like take them on, especially with senses of duty or like familial senses. Be aware of that right now, because the Capricorn and Cancer seasons can bring that sort of pressure to say yes in terms of the familial realms, when maybe you don't need to, or you shouldn't. Because the long term right now is actually the wiser thing to consider in this overarching rat year. But always in Capricorn season, the long term is the wiser thing for us to consider. Some people might even be letting go of some fear or some oversensitivity during Capricorn season, or around this full moon coming up December 30th, 2020, and with a new sense coming in, or a more calculated approach coming in. And calculation is going to be on the increase in this particular rat year. When we get into Aquarius season, it's definitely going to be on the increase, especially with Jupiter and Saturn in Aquarius. When the other planets hit Aquarius, oh yeah, I think February is going to be very intensely Aquarian, but intensely calculating. So that is coming in, and you might want to take this full moon to release some things, or to realize some things about these themes I just mentioned, so that you're ready to get your thinking cap on when Aquarius season does come. So finally, do you have anything at around 8-9 degrees in Cancer in your birth chart, or close, like within a 3-degree range, I would say? Or do you have any placements natally in the other cardinal signs? That's Aries, Libra, Capricorn. Do you have anything there? Let us know in the comments, and let's discuss it. I'd love to hear. So that's going to be that. I hope you enjoyed this little video. Look at my bed hair. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed. Love you very much. Take care. Mwah.